Welcome back to the next session of electrostatic potential. Friends, in the last class we studied about the introduction, the definition, the assignment of the electrostatic potential and derivation for electrostatic potential due to a point charge and the electrostatic potential due to a dipole, and finally we studied the electrostatic potential due to a system of charges. Friends, today we'll discuss one more important topic of this chapter, that is equipotential surfaces. As the name suggests, the surfaces with a equal potential. The name itself saying equipotential surfaces. The surfaces with a equal potential are called as equipotential surfaces. Or if I take a surface, if I measure the potential difference at any point on this surface, the potential value remains same. Such type of surfaces are called as equipotential surfaces. Let me write the definition of the equipotential surfaces. The surfaces with equal potential value at all the points on the surface is called equipotential surfaces. Equipotential surfaces. Friends, as I said, the surfaces with the equal potential at all the points on the surfaces is called as equipotential surface. This is one kind of definition. We can discuss one more definition, that is, if I consider a potential surface, or called as a equipotential surface, say a surface A is an equipotential surface. On this equipotential surface I consider two equal points. So 2 points, say now one is A, one is B. The potential at A is VA and the potential at B is VB. And if I take the difference between these two potentials called as potential difference, then what would be the value? As the definition says, surfaces with equal potential at all the points on the surface is called as equipotential surface. So VA is equal to VB. If both are equal, then if I take the difference between them, that leads to equal to what? 0. That means what? Equipotential surfaces are surfaces at which the potential difference is 0. We can write one more definition. Or equipotential surfaces are these surfaces. Equipotential surfaces with equipotential surfaces are the surfaces with zero potential difference. And we just recall in the previous class, as I said, while defining the definition of electrostatic potential, we brought the UPC from infinity to the point. At that time, work is done. That is the total work done. Suppose if the UPC is at point P, then if I move the UPC from point B to point A, question comes here, is the work done? Let us check out. If we check out, look at this. The potential at point B is equal to potential at point A. Hence, if we move the UPC from point B to point A or point A to point B, there is no work done at all. Hence, we can say no work is done. No work is done. No work is done in moving UPC from one point to another point from A to B on the equipotential surfaces. On the equipotential surfaces. This one thing. Second point we have to remember is, if you just recall the equation for electrostatic potential, equation goes like this. V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R. Friends, in this equation, look at this, V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. The value 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is constant. So next, if I take another point, that is Q is also constant. Time being, if we consider it is a constant, or for a given value of Q, if V is constant, then we can say that V is inversely proportional to R. If once V is inversely proportional to R, if I take equipotential surface, then V is constant. It is not a variable. It's saying inversely proportional. That means if R varies, V varies. Or if V varies, R also varies. But here, according to the definition of equipotential surface, they are saying V is constant. V is same. If V is same, obviously what is same? R is same. Because if V is not variable, R is also not variable. If R is not variable, obviously V is also not variable. Hence we can say that if V is constant, then R is also constant. R is also constant. We can say that the value of V varies, or the value of V on the equipotential surface is with a equal radius of R, with a concentric circle at the center of, say, Q. Next thing is, suppose if I want to draw the nature of electrostatic potential or equipotential surfaces with respect to dipole, and another one is Q1, Q2 greater than 0. That means like charges. Q1, Q2 greater than 0. What is the nature of this? Asked in the examination, so you should be very careful about this. Let me consider two dipole, means they have said here positive charge and the negative charge. This is positive charge, this is a negative charge. As I said, if V is constant, then R is also constant in the equipotential surface. Now, the potential produced by the charge positive is constant, as well as V is negative is also constant. Then, if I draw the nature of circles, then it goes like this. Concentric circles. Circle you have to draw very properly. Similarly, this side also same. Like this. Then if I come to the another case, if Q1, Q2 greater than 0, that kind of like charges. Let me take two important charges here, plus charge and the plus charge. What is the nature of field in this case? So if I draw the nature of diagram, then it goes like this. So we should touch here, then increase, then afterwards it goes like this. This is the nature of equipotential surface if the charge product is greater than 0. In case of dipole, it is like this. This is asked in the examination. Please draw the circles very properly using the compass. So now, in this equipotential surfaces mean the definition, potential is same at all the points on the surface, or the potential difference is 0, then that potential that surfaces are referred as what? Equipotential surface. No work is done in moving UPC from A to B on the equipotential surface. Since V is constant, R is also constant, hence we can say that it is just radially expanding the equipotential surface with Q is at the center. Next, using this concept equipotential surface, friends, Now we are going to derive very important derivation that relates or that connects the electric potential with the electric field. That means deduce the relation between, that means we are deducing the relation between V and E. Next topic is very important. Relation between electric potential and field. Friends, in this topic we are deducing the relation between V and A. For this, I need to consider certain things. What I have to consider? First of all, I have to consider two equipotential surfaces with a different potential values. How? Let us see here. Let me consider one equipotential surface. So name it as A. Let me consider one more equipotential surface. So this is called as B. So this is potential surface B. So naming has to be done. So this is A and this is surface B. Then the surface A is maintained at the potential value of V, and this should be considered as or maintained at the potential difference of V minus dV. What is the meaning of this? Look at this. Suppose the potential value on the surface A is 2 volt. The value of the potential value on the surface B must be less than 2 volt. Say 1.9. That means it is V, then it is less than V. That is why I have written V minus dV. Then what I have to consider? Explanation. Consider two equipotent surfaces A and B with the potential differences of V and V minus dV respectively. Separated by, they are not separated by distance of now dr, that I will show afterwards. Now from surface A, I will show the direction of the electric field, straight line. This is the direction of electric field. This is the direction of electric field. Then what I have to write? Consider two equipotent surfaces A and B with a potential value of V and V minus dV respectively. Afterwards, let E be the direction of the electric field. Now what I have to do is, I have to consider a point P on the surface B. Afterwards, the distance between surface A and surface B is dr. I repeat once again. The distance between the surface A, equipotent surface A and B is dr. Now, at the point P, I will place an UPC or unit positive charge. UPC. Look at this. This is the direction of the electric field. Now what I am going to do? This is very important. Again I repeat the explanation. Consider two equipotent surfaces A and B with the potential values of V and V minus dV respectively. Let E be the direction of the electric field. Consider a point P on the surface B having the unit positive charge in it. Now what I have to do is move the UPC along the perpendicular distance from surface B to A. Look at this. What I did here? I moved the UPC from surface B to surface A along the perpendicular distance dr. Then what happened? This is the direction of the electric field. This is the movement of the direction of the UPC. Hence what happened? Work is done. that work done is expressed as, therefore, dW is equal to F dot dr. Let me express in the vector product, that is equal to F into dr into cos theta, because it is dot product. If I open the dot product, I will get a cos theta. Then here some considerations are there. From chapter number 1, what we know, the relation between F and E, F is equal to QE. This is one thing. Second thing is what? Theta. What is the value of theta here? That I have to explain. Look at this. This is the direction of the electric field going in this upward direction. This is the direction of the UPC, moving the UPC in the downward position. That means that constitute a straight line. Hence the angle become 180 degree, because the angle of straight line is how much? 180 degree. If I substitute all these values, and one more thing is, in this Q is nothing but what? UPC, or plus 1 coulomb. Then if I substitute here, what I will get? dW is equal to E into cos theta, cos 180, or let me write that one also, Q into 180 degree. So what is the value of cos 180? Minus 1. What is the value of Q? Plus 1. Hence I will get the value dW is equal to minus E into dr. This is one more very important relation. Say equation number 1. I repeat once again. I moved the UPC from surface B to surface A. Work is done. That work done is expressed as dW equal to F dr cos theta. Then substitute the value of F equal to QE, theta equal to 1 degree, Q equal to plus 1 coulomb, and you will get the answer. This work done is equal to, potential difference between surface A and B. How to express this? Look at this. So dW is equal to VA difference VB into Q. You may surprise with this equation, from where this equation came. So just if you recall the introduction class of this chapter, there we said that electrostatic potential is nothing but work done by the UPC. V is equal to W by Q. So if I just rearrange the terms, then I will get W is equal to V into Q. One more very important equation which required in the next class. So W is equal to VQ. That only I wrote it. W is equal to V into Q. So instead of V here, I wrote here potential difference. Q remains same, dW remains same. Work done only. So then, if I rearrange this term, then I'll get dW is equal to, what is the potential of value VA? VA indicates here the potential of surface A. This is V. V I'll write minus bracket of VB. The potential of surface B is V minus dV. Anyway, the value of Q is again 1. dW is equal to, let me write that one also, Q is equal to plus 1 coulomb. Then V plus into minus, V minus into minus becomes plus into dV. V already, Q is 1, no need to write that one. V get cancelled. So dW is equal to plus dV. Say equation number 2. Then if I compare equation number 1 with respect to 2, what I'll get? I'll get from 1 and 2, this is minus E into dr is equal to dV. What I want what is E equal to. So E is equal to, if I take this dr this side, this becomes dV by dr. Then if I take this minus on this side, so it becomes divided by minus. So hence anyway it is minus shouldn't be written in the denominator, so I must write it in the numerator. So it becomes E equal to minus dV by dr. A very important relation for 3 marks in this chapter. Deduce the relation between electric potential and electric field. E is equal to minus dV by dr. Friends, if you look at this equation, electric field is equal to negative of dV by dr. What exactly it indicates? Look at this. Come to the diagram. Here, electric field is going upward direction. Electric field is there. dV is there. dV is here. It is associated with the negative sign. What is the meaning of that? That means what? If I move from surface A to surface B, the value of potential is decreasing. That means what? It is with a negative potential gradient. So that means potential is changing if we go upward along the direction of the electric field. That means if I go from A to B, the value of potential decreases with respect to the perpendicular distance dr. That shows E equal to minus dV by dr. Friends, here we have one very important equation, that is F is equal to QE. The SI unit of force is Newton, the SI unit of charge is Coulomb, the SI unit of electric field is, then what I have to write? Just bring this side, then you will get E is equal to Newton per Coulomb. So now if I write this point here, just a reminder, SI unit of electric field E is, according to that one thing we know already, Newton per Coulomb. Just if I express this, or look at this, electric field is equal to, this is electric field equal to F by Q, this is electric field equal to dV by dr. What is the value of dV? The SI unit of dV means what? Small change in the voltage, so it becomes volt. Distance, meter, volt per meter, so I can write here volt per meter. This is one more SI unit. That is why in the previous chapter I said SI unit of electric field expressed in two ways. That is, one is Newton per Coulomb, another one is volt per meter. So now with this we are completing the equipotential surfaces and the relation between electric potential and the electric field. Thank you.